Hey everyone, EA Bland here, and welcome back to the newsletter and YouTube channel. For all of those who've recently subscribed on the YouTube channel, thank you so much. I am so thankful and so grateful that you've decided to join me on this journey through the wonderful world of cinema. For all of those who are currently subscribed on the newsletter or are viewing this, have recently subscribed, thank you as well. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for all of the likes, the comments, the shares. Today, I'm back with another Thrift Pick video. This is a collection update. The last 2.5 weeks, I've actually had one really big haul. I'll save that for the end of the video, but what I've done to try to make this a little shorter and kind of give some structure to it is I've already separated and broken down everything into the 4 categories that, as I always talk about, I look for when I'm shopping. So category number 1, movies that are my absolute favorites. Ones that I've seen before, and I need to have them in my collection. Boom, if I see them in the wild, they're there. Next up are going to be films that I've seen, but I haven't seen in a while. I've really enjoyed them. Then we get into movies that I've heard about, but I haven't seen. And as I've realized over the last few weeks is that haven't seen, I also will say if I've seen a bit of it, but I haven't watched the whole thing, I'll consider that a film that I haven't watched yet. And then lastly are going to be the blind buys. So things that I purchased that maybe I've never heard of, I've never seen, but it's got an intriguing factor to it, so I picked it up. So without further ado, we are going to jump straight in. All right, so first up, we have some Blu-rays, and this is again going to be the absolute favorite films. So we start off with End of Watch, right? Starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena. Incredible film. You gotta watch it. Next up is going to be the first upgrade. This is Casablanca. I have mentioned this on the channel before that I already have this film. I actually, between this, the version that I have, and then the big haul that I have at the end, I have 3 copies of this now. So I think I'm good on Casablanca. But Casablanca, we got the Blu-ray here, which has some additional special features on it. And then I already have this in my collection, which is the double feature Casablanca and the African Queen. So that is an upgrade. Moving right along, we've got Apollo 13. This is a collector's edition. Now this I considered a new view, which are films that are still factory sealed. This one was fully wrapped up. I opened it because I watched it on my way to bed the other day. Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, Bill Paxton, Gary Sinise, and Ed Harris. Directed by Ron Howard. Haven't seen it? Definitely should. We've got another Tom Hanks movie, another favorite, another classic. This one is a widescreen special collector's edition of Forrest Gump. Comes in this beautiful white case, 2 discs in there. 1 and 2. Rather fantastic. I love these sort of bigger cases. It's quite fun to find these, and it feels like there's something extra special on the inside. Disc 2 has a bunch of great special features, some never before seen stuff, so I look forward to checking that out. Then we're going to move into category number 2. All right, folks, so we are here with category number 2, which is going to be films that I've seen, I've enjoyed, haven't seen in a while, and would love to check out again. We'll kick it off with Borat. Widescreen, also comes with beautiful slipcover. This is Sacha Baron Cohen. Funny movie. I haven't seen it. I think I've seen it all of once, and maybe bits and pieces on, Reels or YouTube, all that other good stuff. So we've got that in the bag. Then next up, we've got The Breakup, featuring Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston. Now, this was also wrapped, but I wouldn't consider this a new view as it lets us know that it was used already. I realized that I don't have a lot of comedy in my collection, so I wanted to get away from the drama, which I have a lot of. I have a lot of drama, I have a lot of thriller, crime and action movies, but not, a lot of light-hearted films. So The Breakup is one of them. Then we've got a deluxe widescreen presentation of Tom Cruise's Jerry Maguire. Now, I've seen this, I think once. That's it. And some of my friends absolutely love it. Others are just like, all right. But Jerry Maguire, I figured I'd give this another watch. Next up, we've got a 2002 James Bond. We've got Die Another Day, featuring Pierce Brosnan and Halle Berry, with an additional slipcover. It's got some awesome commentary on here, and also you pop it open, boom, look at that photo spread. I love this particular feature. Let's see if I can get it up here, where it looks like you smelt a fart, and it kind of gives the the fantastic photography technique. It's funny, it's hilarious, but it is effective. So yeah, I did a bit of photography a few years back. It's a story for another time. Next up, another comedy. We've got I Now Pronounce You, Chuck and Larry, featuring Adam Sandler and Kevin James. This is another funny one. I haven't seen it in a while. It's got some cool, outrageous outtakes and deleted scenes. So we'll take a look at that. Then arguably the next best, as my personal favorite, of course, is going to be Anchorman, as I've mentioned before. Will Ferrell comedy, Step Brothers. So Step Brothers featuring Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly. This includes both the theatrical and extended versions, so that was really, really cool. Hilarious special features included on here. I can't wait to check that one out. Last comedy that we have in this collection is going to be Wedding Crashers with Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn, and Christopher Walken. So this is just, it's Wedding Crashers. Another classic. You gotta see it. Now, the shop that I went to had both this regular version and the unrated version. The unrated version was completely trashed. The disc looked like it had been through Desert Storm. It was bad. Scratch to the high heavens. But that concludes part number 2. All right, folks, so we are going to move into category number 3, which are films that I've heard about but have never got around to seeing for some reason or another. We have 2 Blu-rays, and then we have 1 alternate version in here, as I already had a copy of one of the movies. We start out with Restrepo, which is a 90-minute experimental documentary film by National Geographic. We've got John Carpenter's The Thing, which is also considered a new view, still factory sealed, right out of the Barnes & Nobles, out in the city. Now it says $9.99. I actually got this, I think, for about $6. So that was really cool. Then next up, we have our alternate version. So I had George A. Romero's Land of the Dead, and now this is the theatrical cut. Also found the unrated director's cut with a slipcover. Look at that cool case there. Awesome artwork. And it also includes some extra bonus features on here that aren't on the regular version. And this is, I believe, the 4th installment in this director's collection of the Dead, which starts with, I believe, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, and now Land of the Dead. So I look forward to checking all of those out. I got to collect the other 3, but I've got the last one, so that is fun. Next up, we have special edition of Carrie, featuring Sissy Spacek and John Travolta. Now, this also says $4.99. I had actually gotten this and John Carpenter's The Thing for a total of $10 at Barnes & Nobles due to a 40% off sale that they were having. So really, really cool. And then next up, we've got a film this is a special edition. This is part of a film program that will be coming out in a few weeks, as I'm going to start watching the ones on the latest program and review those. But this is part of a program called Paranoia and Betrayal, The Enemy Within. And this film is called Identity. Features John Cusack, Ray Liotta, and Amanda Peet. Never heard of it, never seen it. The only reason why I know of it, and when I saw it, I picked it up since it was in a great condition. The case, not so much, but the inside was again because of this program. So this is going to be, it's on Letterboxd already. It hits the newsletter in a few weeks as I go through and review the films on the latest program, which was called Dark Minds, The Descent into Madness and Moral Decay. Check that out. Let me know your thoughts. Let's move right along. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more films, and then we move into the television series. We'll move quickly now. Next up, we've got Red Belt by David Mamet, written and directed. Never heard of it, never seen it, but it's got a pretty good cast, and we'll check it out. Brad Pitt and Juliette Lewis, young. This is 1990, Too Young to Die. Then we've got Ashley Judd and Morgan Freeman in High Crimes. I've seen this floating around the thrift shops lately, but this is the only good copy that I found, and I know nothing about this film, except it's got Morgan Freeman in it, so why not give it a watch? This should have been in the collection before, or the section previous. I have heard of this, I've just never gotten around to seeing it. I don't know why it was in this pile, but anyways, MASH. Awesome find, awesome find. I can't wait to watch this. And also, in the last couple videos, I kept saying, oh, the shiny case, the shiny case. And my mind kept blanking on the word that I was looking for, which was holographic. The holographic looking case. It's super fantastic. I love it. Makes you feel really, really spacey. So we got that. Can't wait to look at that. Now we move into TV series. I came away with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sets, and sets are just the box that it comes in. And we've got 3 of one show and 1, 2, 3 individual sets of another show. So first up, we've got 24, Kiefer Sutherland. We've got season 4. All the discs are in fantastic condition. We've got the final season, number 8, right? Season number 8. Then we also have season 3. So we've got to collect season 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7. So not too bad. The shop owner of my local thrift store, which is my favorite one to go to, he's been recommending that, looking at everything that I've purchased over, the past couple of months, I should check the show out. I said I've seen a bit of it. My dad was a huge fan of the show. I never got into it. So I look forward to checking those out. Season 2 of How I Met Your Mother. I love this show. I talk about it whenever I can. I do not like the remake or continuation that they did with Hulu with Hilary Duff. Sorry, I'm not a fan. So I can't wait to now get the rest of these. Breaking Bad. There's not much that I need to say more about this show. Absolutely fantastic. If you've never seen it, do yourself a favor, go and watch it. I've seen the whole show. It's incredible. So I wasn't too sad that I only found the 3rd one. So I'm looking for the rest. Now, that brings us to the highlight of the last 2.5 weeks of thrifting, BRB. All right, folks, and here is the absolute mega find of the past couple of weeks. Going again to my favorite shop. I wasn't even planning on stopping by. I just wanted to wave hello to the shop owner. And in a bin out front was this huge, gigantic binder. DVD binder, CD binder, whatever you want to call it. Filled to the brim with movies, okay? I asked him about it. He said, without hesitation, $20 is yours. All yours. I've tested every one. They all work. Not all of them are great, but $20, it's all yours. I'm sure you can figure out what to do with it. And I did. So In total, there were 353 movies in here. Yes, bonkers. So at $20, that came down to about 20 cents, 6 cents per film. Now, after going through, testing everything out, labeling things since they weren't labeled before, really checking what condition some of them were in, I brought it down to a grand total of 192 films, which brought that per film cost up to about 10 cents per film. Not too bad, and still really, really good. It's got some films that I've been looking and searching for but haven't found lately. A lot of the collection, I will be honest, are either bootlegs or high quality duplicates of actual films. Some of them, most of them, were really terrible bootlegs, or they were shot in the theater, terrible quality. I think I kept maybe 4 of those just because it was not a bad copy and I just wanted to watch the film, and it was probably comparable to VHS. But a couple films that I was really interested to see and found in here are going to be The Last King of Scotland, Forrest Whitaker and James McAvoy in that. The 4-disc collection, the entire collection of John Wayne's The Tribute collection. This has a grand total of about 25 films in there. Copland, right? Featuring Robert De Niro, Sylvester Stallone, Harvey Keitel, and Ray Liotta. Set It Off. I've never seen Set It Off. We've Got Enough. I've seen that. One of my favorites, Gangster Squad. We've got New Jack City. I've also never seen that. Cleopatra with Elizabeth Taylor. We've got Killing Them Softly. I enjoyed that one. Most of the people that I went to see it with in the theaters way back in the day didn't. I thought it was cool. I didn't expect it to be this big grand thing. We've also got Shane, heard of Shane, especially in the movie Logan, which is absolute favorite of mine. Got Super 8, both on Blu-ray and DVD. Got Dread, which I've been looking for. We've got Captain Phillips, Babylon AD. We also have, I believe it's Jackie Brown, which I've been looking for. With an additional, it's a double feature DVD, so it has Pulp Fiction and Jackie Brown. So super, super cool. Claudine with the late James Earl Jones and Diane Carroll. Flight, Collateral. Sabotage with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Joe Nicolas Cage, and Tim Sheridan, and plenty, plenty more. After adding everything into my collection recently and uploading it into this catalog app that I use called CLZ Movies. If you collect movies yourself, check it out. I am in no way sponsored by them. It's just something that another channel has mentioned and I decided to pick up for myself. And I love the way it operates. Here are the numbers. We've got 740 movies, 39 series with 604 episodes. We've got a runtime, total runtime of everything, of 69 days, 22 hours, and 46 minutes. Now, between the end of July and now, I have spent, and this is just counting 632 movies, right? So I haven't even included the price on everything. I've spent a grand total of $1,289 on my entire collection, and we have an estimated current value on just 235 movies alone, $4,775. Now, I'm not big on, numbers and money, and I don't believe that I would really sell what I have anytime soon. Like, the whole goal was to have these things to cherish and to study and to preserve, right? So I would take these with me where I could. We've got 685 DVDs. We've got 4 4K ultra high definition movies. We've got 23 digital films, and we've got a grand total of 59 Blu-rays in the collection. We've seen 335 films. We have not seen 444 films. So there's plenty to discover and to kind of talk about and review and just, I've never seen it. So that's fantastic. Movies by release year. Here are the top 5, 2004, with 46 movies. Oh, just going through the collection, I realized 2004 seemed to be a really big year for DVDs. Most of the places around here, that's what they have. So 2004, we've got 35 out of 2013, 35 out of 2005, another 34 out of '07, and another 33 out of '06. Movies by genre, 416 for drama, 277 thrillers, 263 action movies, 195 crime movies, 163 comedies. Now, I don't know where these 163 comedies are, but we'll check them out and we'll look at them. Movies by director. We've got the top 5. Again, we've got 13 films by Robert Bradbury. We've got 10 by Christopher Nolan, 9 by Joseph Kane, 8 by Chad Stahelski, and 8 by David Fincher. So very, very interesting. 5th and 6th are Kevin Bright, also tied at 8th, and Spike Lee at 8 as well. Movies by actor. Here are the grand totals for the top 5. We've got John Wayne, 31. We've got Herman Hack at 20. Yakima Canute at 20. Earl Dwyer at 19, and George Gabby Hayes, also at 19. So that is this week's collection update, the thrift picks, new views, everything over the last 2.5 to 3 weeks since our last video together. And I'm super excited to check out all of these films. I can't wait to share more of these with you. There will be more reviews coming out. We will get around to actually critiquing film, but the last few weeks have certainly been a setup for what's to come over the next 12 months or so. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to leave it here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Please, if you enjoyed it, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you've seen any of these films, if you enjoy any of these films, if you're surprised by some of what I found, let me know in the comments below. Let's get a conversation going. Let's talk about these movies and let this be a place of, again, community. It's meant to be an exploration. Have a great time. I really do my best not to be very stuffy about film. The only thing that I really care about when watching movies and TV series are, does everything that is placed in front of us support the story? That's it. Some of that is not convincing, some of it is. But all of these films, this entire industry does rely on people putting in their hard work, their time, their effort into making this art, this moving art that is still a relatively new art form. And you have thousands of people working together collectively to bring it to life. So I try to leave some room for exploration, experimentation, artistic vision and view of things. Let's talk about it. Let's have fun. Why do you like a film versus maybe whether I enjoyed it as much? What films would make you think of another film that you've seen? Leave a film suggestion below. Let's review that. So anyways, I gotta head off to work. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you soon on the next one. We will have part 3 of that collection walkthrough coming out tomorrow. Till next time, I'll see you soon.